Today's Bella Box project is the Hexi Blooms Pincushion. I've got all my supplies together, my scissors, my tape, my thread, my fabric, and then they also give you the weighted pellets and some polyfill. You want to go ahead and open that up. It's vacuum packed. And I've got my stabilizer and my 5x7 hoop. Let's get started. Look how much that puffs up when you take it out of the plastic bag. Plenty of polyfill for your pincushion. Make sure to look at your instructions. Get your fusible backing on the wrong side of the top and bottom fabrics and the section 2-3 fabric. Hoop your light mesh cutaway, load your file, and then we'll get going. This is a pretty straightforward applique and embroidery project. I'll go ahead and show everything with music, and then I will come back and we'll do the assembly part together and put together our pincushion. We are on number 31 in your instruction book. Remove your project from the hoop. You want to trim exactly on the trimming lines, cutting off the stitches. Those are those lines, the last ones you just stitched. I have this on a little rotating cutting mat to make it easier. I am going to grab a ruler and use the ruler to make sure that I line up right along those lines. This is pretty tight. I think a pair of scissors will be easier to get these V's. Everything is trimmed. I actually found it easier to work with scissors. We're on to part 2 in your instructions, assembling. It says to pull apart the fabric in one notch and align the seams, pinning or clipping in place. So you grab a notch to pull apart the top and bottom and then line up your seams and pin it in place. I'm going to use a clip, just like that. And then you're going to take it to your sewing machine and sew a 1/4 inch seam. And then you're going to do that for all the notches. I'll sew this and come back and show that to you. Here's the seam. You want to make sure you backstitch on both sides. To get it underneath the presser foot, you really need to pull it flat. Let me show you on another notch. So here's the next notch. It helps if you kind of crunch up the whole corner and get this nice and flat. And then sew your 1/4 inch seam. All my little notches are sewn. There's an opening in it somewhere. You need to find the opening and then turn it right side out. Here's the opening. I'm going to go ahead and turn it right side out, and I'm going to use my little pokey tool to push out the edges, and then we'll stuff the pincushion. If you're having a hard time getting it started, don't try to push through the side with all your applique. Push through the side that's just the fabric. You'll be able to get that through easier at first and pull it through, and then that'll make the rest of it easier to turn. I think that took me about 10 minutes. I do have kind of big hands, so anything with, that's it. I can get my thumb in there. I probably could have used a bigger opening for that. You want to go ahead and grab something not too sharp. I have a couple different things that I use for turning corners, and get your corners poked out real nice before you stuff it. I've poked all the corners as far as they will poke. It looks like I didn't get some of them sewn perfectly straight. I'm hoping it'll puff up and look nice once I stuff it. If you've got a little mini funnel, that might help. You need to put in, it says 3 ounces of the plastic pellets, and then you'll kind of want to have them settle at the bottom. It's going to help hold the pincushion down. And then you'll go ahead and stuff it with your stuffing. Let's do this really carefully and hope they don't fall all over the place. Just to settle them on the bottom. You can move them after you put the stuffing in. When you do stuffing, don't try and shove the whole thing in at once. Take little pieces and do a little bit at a time. I've got everything stuffed. I have to hand stitch the opening. I will tell you, I hate hand stitching. I tried pulling it and putting it on the sewing machine, and it looked like that. It did not look good. So you do want to hand stitch this closed. What I'm going to do is hand stitch it, and then I'm going to take it to the iron and just lightly press it because it got all wrinkly when I turned it right side out, and now it looks like, I don't know, I threw it in the wash or something. So I'm going to hand stitch this closed and give it a press, and then we'll see how it turns out. All done and all pressed and hand stitched. Here, I'm not all convinced that my hand stitching looks that much better than the sewing machine, but it turned out really cute. If you have trouble hand stitching as well, if this is going to be sitting somewhere, just turn that part around to the back and nobody will know. It's so cute. I don't know if I want to put any pins in it. I think I'm going to put it on the shelf with some of my rope bowls as more of a display piece. And here it is on my shelf. The plus side to displaying it this way is the hand stitched side isn't visible. This is my butterfly rope bowl. I'll link that in the description box below. I also have the Hoppy Easter rope bowl. This is the Kimberbell project rope. This is some rope I got from the Mountain Thread Company at QuiltCon, which was here in Phoenix this year. And this is a little cross stitch chart that I made, and I turned it into a jar. I'll go ahead and link all that below for you. Thank you for making the Hexi Blooms Pincushion with me. I hope yours turned out great. Stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll be doing all the projects in the Bella box. I'm also doing the Star Spangled Beauty ladder quilt. I have a quilt along going. I'll go ahead and link that in the description box below too, right down there. Please join me for that. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.